Good morning, my name is Tim Marvel. Thanks for joining me. Hey, today I want to talk about broad objections and specific objections. Most of these concepts sound pretty simple, but I want to make sure we talk through it because when you run into that with your customer, you have to understand how to move through this process. So let's think about it. Customer throws out a statement or an objection and they say, hey, I don't like this color. Now, as guys, most of us guys are going to say, well, what color do you want? It seems like a simple answer. But what I'm going to tell you, we need to take a little time, get a little empathy in there, and drill down. But when we get objections, we always talk about when we're outside before we get inside to make sure we say what else. But let's just take this one for our purposes, because what I want to do is take a broad objection and I want to narrow it down to a specific objection. Let's take color. I'm out, I go with my customer, we show him a blue car. Let's say he doesn't care for blue. So he says, you know what, I don't like blue. Well, remember I told you we can't just knock him in the head and say, what color do you want? I got to find out what else. But let's say he says, that's the only thing. Everything else is great. So I get inside and I got to ask him a question. Hey, you know what, so that I understand a little better, what is it about the color that you don't care for? He might say, look at this, we're drilling down. It's too dark. My next statement may be something along the lines of, so you want a lighter color, like white, tan, so on. We'll offer some lighter colors up. The key is, I cannot overcome a broad objection. Well, let's take another scenario. Maybe I'm talking with a customer and maybe somehow we get into negotiations at some point and their objection is, I can't pay that much. Does that really tell me what he's talking about? Now, my mind obviously goes to payment, but if I start hacking away at the payment and get the payment lower and lower and lower and I never touch the selling price, and he turns around and he says, no, I know you can get my payment down, I need that sales price to come down. So I didn't really understand. It was still a broad objection. Sometimes the objection, we need to be clear on what we're trying to overcome. If we're not, guess what we're going to do? We're going to work on the wrong thing. We're going to give away money to try to fix a problem that's not there. So here's what I'd like to do. Let's pair up. Let's talk about some specific objections you could throw out. Color could be one. Could be price. Could be equipment. As simple as